not good. Coffee. And happy Tuesday. Actually, good afternoon, because it's currently 1 p.m. at my, desk of the day. I've still been in and out of work, but I haven't like checked into work in a few days. So just feeling like I'm fully back into the system I was in last week, where I was just going. I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you're feeling a sense of resistance to work or to things that require you to use a very like productive type of focus, concentration, or energy, and you're feeling a sense of resistance to it, what do I need in order to feel like I'm ready to take on what I have to do today, or this week, or this month, or whatever? You could really use that at any range. Deciding to vlog my life again, I made a pact with myself to just not stress out about it, to just pick up my camera and naturally film what I'm already doing rather than do things to film. I was gonna wait a while to do an update today. I haven't really vlogged a whole lot today. I've just been sitting at my computer, but truly and honestly procrastinating. Like procrastinating. I planned Bentley's birthday for tomorrow, which is great, but don't need to be doing that right now. Planning out what I wanted to do with my patio, for my patio furniture, really do not need to be doing that right now. Ultimately, I'm procrastinating, and I know I am. Like, I really just wanna sleep, if anything. I'm trying to like gracefully listen to that and be like, okay, we'll go to bed early tonight. Okay, I'm procrastinating again, let's go. I'm now packing up my bag. I'm gonna head over to my boyfriend's house because today was kind of a bust. I got some of the things done that I needed to get done today, but definitely not all of the things. And to be honest, after I last talked to you, the struggle was still real. Wow, this album release is taking me back. Happy birthday! I really hate to be this person. I promised myself I would never be this person on the internet. I hate Rogers. Canceling my phones, I'm canceling my Wi-Fi. I'm like that kind of angry right now, but $2,000 for Wi-Fi makes 0 sense, and it just soaked up so much of my time today. I've been dealing with them since 11 and it's now 1:41 p.m. But $2,000 for Wi-Fi, are you kidding me? I'm just super frustrated right now. I feel like this week has been just like constantly trying to go at life and get things done, and things just keep getting in my way, or like calls that I don't expect come up and things that I just like want to rage about, but I won't. I'm gonna keep it cool, calm, collected, jump back into my work today.
Thought you'd be the one for me. Won't you tell me how you feel? I shared my dream with you until the morning. Everybody else have done it right. Coming out to see me try. As I turn away and cry, you run up to me and take my hand. I wish you were the one who made me whole, and I won't be turned. You and I should be the ones to learn. All I want to say ain't no good to look the other.
Bentley has been asking to go out on the patio since last night. Finally just let him go out on the patio. He hit his bone on the side of the house. I think that's the most dog thing you've ever done. How does it feel to be 8? And sir, what would you say the experience has taught you? Am I putting you to sleep with my questions?
I'm bound to be away from you. I never meant to drive you off this way, and I won't be turned. You and I should be the ones to learn. All I want to say ain't no good to look the other way.
Hi, I'm just waiting to get my order. Okay, thank you. I don't think I've ever vlogged like a talking point in this spot yet. Welcome to my actual bedroom. Got my groceries in time just before it started to rain, and I'm just waiting for my boyfriend to head over. I have a few more gisting things to do, like finishing my laundry, but I mean, all around it's gonna be just a night of editing and probably watching movies. So yesterday I posted a Q&A to my Instagram where you guys could literally ask me anything you wanted. I answered a bunch of the questions via Instagram stories, but I figured I would answer a few more in vlog form as well. When people ask on Instagram stories, it stays anonymous. It stays anonymous, so I'm gonna keep these anonymous as well. But let's jump in. What is the one thing or event you would say taught you the most about yourself? The first thing that comes to mind, or like the only thing that really pops to my mind right now, is my yoga teacher training in Bali. I know I've talked about it a lot recently, but I think it really is, or was, the first seed of just this pathway of change. But it wasn't just Bali. I mean, Bali happened right on the same time that COVID kind of happened, and then I came home, but there was just so many things there that during that little era that I feel like I learned a lot about myself really quickly, and it was such a precipice for so much change that was about to happen. I feel like my inner self was kind of guiding me through that phase or that era. I would say 2020 was the event that I learned the most about myself. This next question comes in saying, how do you stay determined and focused as a self-employed person besides loving what you do? In a practical sense, having really good systems that help continue to keep you on top of your game. So if I didn't have specific routines or specific dedicated hours to doing certain things, then the things that I would need to get done wouldn't get done. Yes, you want to be disciplined, but I've also gone too extreme with those routines and those like schedules that I've almost stressed myself out with them. There really is no boss, no person that's pushing me to work or telling me when to stop, and having my work overlap so closely as my life and my house or like my everything is a really interesting dynamic, because it doesn't ever really feel like these two things separate, and sometimes that can cause me to burn myself out or stress myself out a little bit more than I actually need to. And I find that just slowing myself down more, being more intentional about the things that I am doing with my job, and then also just having good systems and routines in place that are simplified and essential and not extreme, like just trying to get the priority things done and stay in alignment with my values. That is how I would say I stay determined and focused consistently. Do you ever worry about your city to countryside move affecting your channel or viewership? No, because by the time I had decided this is what I was gonna do, it was kind of like all in, you know? I went through a lot of worrying about my channel and viewership back in 2019. And it really destroyed my self-esteem that year. And I was like just so heavily affected by the smallest little things, like seeing numbers drop or reading a bad comment, and trying so hard to just like force this version of myself that I thought would continue to make, like, I don't know, just continue to reinforce like what I was already doing in hopes that I would hold on to my viewership. And then after 2019, I kind of just like let go and decided to just focus on creating things that I connect with and being authentically myself, and knowing that the right people would either find me, stick around, follow, and people that didn't resonate anymore, like that's understandable. There's so many creators out there now, and I feel like the only detriment you do by not staying true to yourself is to yourself. And so I at one point almost debated like not having a vlog channel anymore and just solely focusing on Koze and building a community, and then becoming a yoga teacher and a life coach. But I've decided to keep this channel and still continue to post vlogs because I just genuinely love it, and the people that I know are resonating with me and are sticking around still. Like it's such a indescribable blessing and feeling to feel connected to people this way and through this sense of creation. And pulling the business side away from this channel and just solely focusing on Koze and making this channel about just posting for fun or documenting my life again freed me from having to care about those things anymore, which has like drastically changed my state of mind, my mental health, everything. So like 70% of my questions are about my boyfriend, and we've decided to keep our relationship offline. We just want to like grow something that's ours, and if we do decide at some point to like share our relationship with the world, that I don't even know when it'll be. Like my work life and my personal life are so closely overlapped that I've learned a lot about what things I want to share and what things I kind of value keeping just to myself for a little while, and not because I want to hide it from anybody or like I don't want to share. That might change over the years if we stay together. But for now, like it's just, I love it the way it is. Being able to just have him as my own and not feel like I have to worry or like protect him from like reading things about himself. I mean, there's always going to be a couple people that will pick apart every choice you make if you're posting it online. Not that anybody would actually do that. There's only like less than 2% of people that would write anything mean anyway, but it's just enough for me to feel protective of it. I also got asked a question. I ended up taking it down because I didn't want the answer to the question to upset my boyfriend, even though he never said it did, but it would just like, you know, when you post something and then a couple minutes later you're like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't post that. Like, so I took it down, but someone asked me if I have ever regretted sharing any of my past relationships with my YouTube audience, and the answer is absolutely not, but it did teach me a lot, and I'm using the lessons I've learned from those experiences in the now. Because of even lockdown and things like that, like it really truly is just ours right now, and I'm really just okay with that, and I want to keep it that way for a little bit. That said though, I'll show you a picture just because I feel like I keep talking about him. Now at least you know what he looks like for all the times I keep referencing him. Someone asked, can we be best friends? Absolutely. Would you ever consider being a spiritual mentor? I would definitely consider being a mentor, but I don't know if I would label it as a spiritual mentor, a life coach, or what exactly it really is yet, because it's still forming itself. But by the end of this year, I plan on like one-to-one coffee talks where it would be kind of like life coaching, kind of like life advice, or kind of just, you know, you can just like book a coffee talk with me if you want to talk about anything you want. And I do plan on getting my life coach certificate in the next year or two. I'm not exactly sure when. I'm open to a wide range of mentoring, like spirituality or just pure life advice or like sisterly advice type of thing. So I'm not exactly sure how that's going to form itself yet, but it will be something that's going to form itself this year. It's one of my goals for this year to offer more one-on-one. One of the other huge things I learned in the 2020 giant kerfuffle was that I wanted to be able to connect deeper with the community I was building and get to know people more on a one-to-one level or just in general. And I've felt over the years like I've been creating content online and I've had this audience, but it was almost like there was this separateness between it, like mostly overwhelmed, just overwhelmingly like, holy shit, this is a lot of people. And still to this day, not fully registering like how many subscribers I've grown or how many viewers I've had over the years. Like it still kind of trips me out when I genuinely think about it. I would try so hard to give in videos, but I would find myself giving and then getting anxious and pulling back and giving and then getting anxious and pulling back. And it's because I was trying to appease to a giant audience, which is impossible because that's so many contrasting opinions and perspectives and experiences, to realizing that my real journey here is kind of to just be of service to people, like help lift people up. And the best way to do that is to get more intimate with people. And the only way to do that is to get to know people on a more one-on-one basis and really actually provide my advice or my, what I guess I would call like life wisdom or motivation. Just needed someone to hear you while you unpack something or anything of the sort. So that's the plan. So I don't know if I would call it spiritually mentoring, but it will be a mentoring of some type. And it'll be like one-on-one coffee talks. Okay, I'm gonna answer two more. So the next question comes in asking, how did the Koze membership idea come to you? So to all of you guys out there that are semi-spiritual, I'm gonna be doing a video where I actually show the psychic I used to go to in Toronto predicting my life back in the beginning of 2020. It was January 5th. And in that reading she gave me, she basically told me like, start a membership. And I kind of forgot about it because I mean, again, like a lot of stuff happened last year from January on. And then, so I kind of have to give her credit because she was technically the first person to bring it to my attention. And then I already knew that at some point I was going to launch yoga classes. And so that's kind of just like, it all overlapped. It made sense. I made this big giant plan, this business plan, this 5-year plan, this manifestation plan, which I just did a coffee talk on. In that, I basically fleshed out exactly what I wanted the memberships to be. And that was back in October. And then, yeah, then it unfolded, you know, one step at a time. So I'm gonna answer one more question. What do you do when you feel overwhelmed? I think it was like kind of obvious that I was pretty overwhelmed this week. There was so many random little things that just got in my way. My Wi-Fi was also down. And that's how I ended up even finding out that I had a $2,000 monthly charge on my Wi-Fi, which I was again trying to fight them on it because I'm pretty sure someone's in the area leeching my Wi-Fi because there's no way I used that much Wi-Fi. And my boyfriend and I actually butt heads this week because when I get overwhelmed, I am very sensitive and short-circuited, and he was just in the line of fire. And the best thing I feel like I can say is just noticing when you're overwhelmed, which is what I was trying to do this week. It just like make space for the overwhelm, be like, okay, this is how I'm feeling. It's okay to feel this way. I feel this way because there's a lot going on right now. I understand you, me, you, one thing at a time. Anytime I felt that like learning how to surf the wave, and it's a big wave. When you're feeling overwhelmed, they aren't tiny waves, they're big waves, and it can be like daunting to try and surf it, but you have it in you as long as you believe that you have it in you to surf that overwhelm wave. But you can only do it one thing at a time, and the only way you're gonna help yourself is if you give yourself that grace to just only focus on one thing at a time and just do the best you can. There you guys have it. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's weekly vlog. The next few weekly vlogs are gonna be all dedicated to spring cleaning and gisting, so I look forward to that. And outside of that, I'll talk to all of you guys in the next video. Bye guys.